In this week's messages from the guides, we talk about what happens when you start creating from your heart space. So, your heart space is that part of you that is connected to your spiritual self, that part of you that is connected to everything and comes from a place of love. So, when you start coming into your heart space to do creation, you are coming from an endless source that cannot be depleted. So, this allows you to expand out much further than you normally would with your creations. And this also helps make sure that your creations are coming from a clear stream because they're coming from love. So, for those of you that are new to the channel, I am a light worker that uses automatic writing to connect to my guides, and I share their messages here on this channel with you. So, let's get into the reading. You will believe what you want to believe until you start to trust and open your heart and mind to other possibilities. Sometimes, as you learn things, you want to stand on a soapbox and educate others, not realizing that it might only be a crumb of the overall information and you don't have the full story. This is often why, during a transition or transformation, a person will turn inward and do the journey alone. It's hard to share when you are still learning. You must master before you can teach. Being a master means remaining open to new information as everything vibrates and will continue to shift and change. Today's truths might not be true down the road as more information becomes uncovered and things evolve and change. Think of the past with the planets. It was believed that the sun rotated around the earth, and when more information came out saying everything rotated around the sun, not only was it not believed, but it was a problem as it was disproving what was accepted as truth at the time. Eventually, everyone recognized and got on board, but switching from what felt correct to something new is difficult for most and comes with resistance and pushback. But you must remain open to new information if you are to uncover the truth. You get closer to it with every new idea, as it's a shovel digging into something to find the correct information. Sometimes you just need to dig deeper. Change is the only constant, so you need to notice how you respond to it. Are you fluid and able to move with it, or do you become like a boulder impeding the flow? You can't control everything, and if you're constantly trying to, then you need to ask yourself why and heal what is not working. Do you struggle to trust? Are you afraid of the rug being pulled out from under you? Can you trust that you'll always land where you need to for your higher good? If you learn to trust, then the shifts and changes just become a form of curiosity and excitement instead of panic and defeat. You must realize that sometimes when you're on the wrong path, the only way to get you back on course is a drastic change. What in your life has done this in your past? When did you think that things were going okay and then it all fell apart? Did you ultimately end up in a better circumstance? Did you lose a job that you hated and found yourself in the right place at the right time for a better one as a result? Look through a different lens. Despite struggles in your past, you have always found a way and improved your circumstances. It's just a matter of trusting yourself. Sometimes that change is necessary. Come from trust and see what doors open that were waiting for you the whole time. Part of removing the separation is removing the judgment and the doubts that you have. Trusting yourself means trusting your soul self, that part of you that was never separated and has access to universal connection and intelligence. Connecting to this allows you to come from your heart and create from your spiritual side instead of the individual you that is having a human experience. Coming back to that trust is difficult when you have bought into the density of the earth plane that you are currently co creating on. But that connection allows you to raise your vibration and create from a higher level where you know everything is possible and understand love exists, even if it's not expressed correctly on this planet. That basis of connecting all creation is what New Earth is all about. Building what you want to see comes from a place of love, acceptance, and worth, coming from your core instead of miscreation or a place of shadow. Wouldn't it be wonderful to see the earth not in pain but strong, to see humans helping each other instead of judging or pushing each other down to feel superior? You can build better and have better. You just need to change your lens and see things from your spiritual lens where everything is connected and comes from love and peace. This is your opportunity to create from a different source and evolve together as a species to see more of that connection that you already have but forgot about. The choice is yours. If it is what you want, then start choosing differently so that you may have it. Believe it could be better. Focus on what you want to see and go after it. Where you go from here is your choice. New Earth and the Golden Age are choices. The question of when is also a choice, but on a collective level. Who is at that vibration to experience it is also a choice. Nothing is guaranteed. There are always choices, vibrations, and options. This is how creation works. Though New Earth is happening, that does not guarantee access to it for everyone. You must meet the criteria to be at a vibrational match to have access. Think of it like school. You must pass your classes or criteria to advance to the next grade. If you don't, then you stay behind until you learn your lessons and prove that you are ready to advance. New Earth is much the same. You must advance your vibrational frequency and have cleared blockages for the DNA activations to have taken place that help create the alignment necessary for your advancement. If those are not in place, then your axis is not in alignment to allow you to transition, and you will continue your journey on the current earth plane in vibration until you choose differently and put effort towards those changes. You can't attend college without applying, registering, and getting accepted. You can't get into New Earth without the criteria needed for that either. You are given all the opportunities. It's a matter of your choices and where you place your focus. Will you let things pass you by, or are you putting forth the effort? Do you understand what is happening, or are you choosing to stay where you are now out of fear or lack of trust? Your life is always in your hands. What are you choosing for yourself, and where does that path take you? Is that where you want to go, or do you have some work to do? Empower yourself to come out of your comfort zone. If you could fully grasp the spiritual higher self version of yourself, then you would laugh at the situations that you've experienced on this plane. It takes a strong soul to incarnate at this density, knowing that finding your way back to source takes effort and work. That version of you that chose to come to this planet is strong and knew that they would find their way back to their spiritual self in time to help with the planetary transitions. Some took longer than others to activate and come into their awareness, but that does not discredit the amount of effort and dedication it takes to weed through this density and the duality to remember that there is no separation and all is connected by love. That love is not the version that you have here on earth, but the unconditional, all knowing love that comes from Source, God, the divine, or whatever term you have adopted for that which is. Coming back to that knowledge allows you to shift your perspective and remember why you are here and where your focus should be. You must help others as they arrive here so that they can find their place and do their part. As stated, everyone is a part of a much bigger puzzle. You are all connected on the other side to movers and shakers that are here to help guide you through these changes and transitions. There is a vast network of realms watching your planet at this time and helping in whatever ways they can. You are not alone in this. Your planetary vibration is the task of many. You are just a part, but a very important part. You must remember who you are and come into your heart, which is where the next parts of creation must be built. Your heart space helps ensure the pureness of what is to come and is there to help keep you on track. Just pull your attention to your heart and breathe, and you will be home. You must create from a different source if you want to see better than where you are now. For this shift, you will want to create from a pure stream, not a polluted one. You are currently seeing the results of creation from pollution, where there is separation and no concern about how actions affect the environment, cultures, or civilizations moving forward. There is a lot of healing that needs to take place on this planet, and that starts with you and then moves its way outward. If you aren't coming from a clear stream, then you are adding to the issues instead of helping to resolve them. You must start from within and branch outward from there. Start small, understand how it works, and then share what you know to help others. This is how your gifts work. Come into your power and then let that light shine. You can't help others until you help yourself and are coming from your source's power, that part of you that is infinite and cannot be depleted. When you come from the wrong source, you're limited and you will feel drained and unable to continue. This is why we remind you to come from your heart, which is your spiritual source of energy and knowingness. This is an endless spring. You aren't coming from the fractal of you that is on this planet in a physical form, but from the infinite you that has access to all and can see past the 3D game that you are playing. Once you learn to create from there, then there will be no stopping you. But you must get familiar with how to do that and practice on yourself first to ensure that you know the difference. Come from source and the changes made will expand as they are coming from a clear stream of love. Love is where you need to come from if you are looking to create something better than what came before. The current construct is built on duality. There are two sides with different degrees of everything. This creates separation and judgment, but it can also create experiences and options you wouldn't have access to otherwise. Find a way to come from gratitude instead of judgment. You're trying to work around the way those on this planet are raised. Criteria such as good boy, bad girl, pretty, handsome, these are all based on duality and comparison. Comparison creates competition, hierarchy, and separation. This separation removes you from the connection of love. It's part of the process here to recognize this and to come back to love regardless and find the connection despite what you are shown or raised to believe is correct. You don't have to continue to believe or follow ideas of separation if you don't want that. That is a choice. Coming from love is also a choice. Choose love. Thank you, and I will see you next week.